Hello, you viewers, and welcome back to Monster Camp. We got Nora back joining us to kind of double hit out an ending. Well, two endings, but we'll get through it. So, without further ado, we're going for Milo and for Calculator if we actually can. So, if this becomes an actual episode, it becomes an episode. We'll see. Camp Spooky, the stage of some of our dearest summers. Back then we were young and unafraid. With school far away, everything seemed possible as the sun embraced us on our way to camp. Summer has a distinct power, doesn't it? You live for the days while the nights inebriate you with possibilities. It's like life could take a turn at every corner. And for us, it did. Okay, so each ending requires specific stats, so we're going to do a little cheating, but we're going to move on. So, of course, I'll stick with the regular Brian.
Sure.
Okay. So the ending I'm going for is gonna need... Okay, so I need the Griffin, human wool sweater, and... if it was the recorder. Yep. Alrighty. Who you gonna be?
I just realized how cringe I am. No, I don't want her. Thank you.
You want to be yourself.
This?
Okay. Alright, so lipstick, spaghetti, and blade. You're gonna be the most deadly fashionista of the place.
You know there was uranium girls who were made to test out lipsticks that contained uranium because back then people were like, "Oh, uranium's so cool, it glows in the dark," and then they died.
Yeah, people were dumb back then. Hell, they're dumb now. But
They weren't told anything. It was just like, "Oh, here you go. Enjoy the radiation."
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, this lipstick is so cool. It glows in the dark."
All the, like, your complexion will be glowing and the weight will just melt off your skin as your skin melts off. Oh god. One might say that the Monster Prom had hardened us on the highs and lows of love. But no, in love, we're always absolute beginners. And summer camp was no different. No one talked about it, but the idea of summer love loomed over our heads. Close to the last day of camp, there was a meteor shower happening just 2 weeks away. Everyone knew that if you were into someone, you were going to watch that damn thing together. And so a silent yet powerful pressure invaded us. It was the Monster Prom all over again. Everything seemed uncertain, everything but one thing. Whoever we were asking on a meteor shower date to was probably going to be one of the 6 coolest people on that bus. And we're just going to skip all the intros because we're only going for a boy on the right and a robo boy in the middle. The bus trip was long and all of summer could be shaped by the first step well taken. So it was clear it all came down to breaking the ice and causing a good impression with the right person. So...
USB! Obviously.
Tempting. I think it's actually guac. Let me look. Listen, alright. Nora had it right. I was guessing that the guac was for some reason... Or sorry, the guac instead of the wine to die for, Grim Reaper. I thought the guac was Milo. It's actually the wine.
Does he even...
So credit where credit is due.
Hey, I'm fucking hungry now. Do you want to voice Milo?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to figure yourself.
Want me to shut up?
Effectively, yeah.
Alright.
You restarted, it's okay. A wine to die for, you say? Well, darling, don't threaten me with a good time. In all fairness, though, what would wine to die for? It had better be a good vintage with a delicious aftertaste to carry you into the afterlife, leaving no stains on your final outfit. That is so intriguing, Brian. You have to help me decide what my hypothetical death wine would be while we're at camp.
Oh lord.
Do you want me to do it?
Hold on. I'm trying to remember how I did it last time.
I'll give you a second to do it and I'll read the line for you. Ah, how nice. I also love a refreshing USB in the morning.
pretty much what I was gonna do, so alright then, fine, whatever.
Well, what if you can do that still if you want?
Mm. Mm. Next line.
You're the one in control of the next line. God, it's already a shit show. The flavor of new data flowing over my processors and into my digestive hard drive is indescribable. But I'm sure you know all about that, Sawyer, even if you do not have a USB port. Although I am not an expert on your species, do you have a USB port? Is that a personal question? Could I see it when we go to camp, purely for scientific reasons, of course? We only had 2 weeks left to woo our crushes and conquer their hearts. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Now the all-important question, can we actually get the endings? Because I think it should be enough, but I'm not 100% sure. We cannot. God damn it.
What'd you do?
We gotta start over.
Was it a long game or
It's a
medium game?
3-event thing, but we need to... But we need to get drinks for it. So we can't do it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just bringing in the recording in for a second. Turns out I kinda screwed up. 2 people can't get a secret ending at the same time, it appears. Well, specifically a genie ending. So we'll have to grind that one on our own. For tonight, though, we're going with the Dimitri secret ending.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, I didn't get the beetle. It's really hard to catch him.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Nora unlocked one secret ending, and I... Sacred blood, don't ask where I got it. One thing is here is to attract vampires everywhere. Recover your neck and get ready for a fun vampiric adventure.
I'm thirsty.
New storyline unlocked. Hard believe you drank that. Good luck. Alrighty, now the actual events can begin.
Now can I start reading? Everyone choose a celebrity.
Yes.
Jeremy Wade.
Mark Zuckerberg. One day, a chosen celebrity knocks on your door and asks you to prepare a soup for them. They do this every day. When asked why they do this, they just start screaming for an hour. This might sound absurd, but the player orders decide based on which celebrity will be the least absurd doing it.
That's absurd for both of them. That
Yeah.
is really. That is.
Yeah, we're just hitting random because
Why would you
changed.
do my fisherman like this?
I don't know. Alright.
Can we go somewhere quiet?
Now I still gotta go to the dome. Am I
No,
stuck
you can
here?
go anywhere, I think.
Where do I even get charm?
Charm is from the
Charmer.
dome. You can go anywhere else if you want.
Spooky.
Spookum-a-gookum.
Well, yes.
In all the hubbub, you stub your toe real bad, so you head to the nearest first aid station and complain about it. When you get there, although it turns out Calculus has replaced the first aid tent with an advanced robotics lab. How uncharacteristically reckless of him.
Hello, fellow organic life form.
Oh, hello, friend Sire. You are probably looking for the first aid tent. Worry not. There are plenty more first aid tents scattered around the camp. Cringe. Besides, if it makes you feel any better, most of the first aid tents are staffed by ravenous ghouls who crave dead flesh anyways. So your chances of surviving one are rather low.
That explains a lot, honestly. Still, you ask him what's so important he could risk making camp even less safe.
Ah, yes. I suppose this is a deviation from my usual behavior. But you see, I have a profound desire. One might call it a wish. I wish to experience the joys of parenthood. Thus, I have repurposed this tent to function as a computational nursery for my artificial progeny. I have already discovered how to replicate crying teen angst, though I'm having trouble with pooping. But the real difficulty is in programming my child's moral parameters. How should I shape their personality?
Whoa, you say? Isn't it kind of messed up to grammatically, that's not even a word, define your child's personality and beliefs?
Oh dear, you are correct! I am violating my children's agencies before they are even born! I shall allow their personality to be shaped organically by the mocking of their peers, the casual mistakes I make during their upbringing, and the unlimited access to the internet.
Bad combo. Actually, you know what? Predefined ethical parameters sound great. Just as long as you get to help define them. Building a consistent worldview can be tricky after all. Wouldn't want Cal to make any stupid mistakes because he lacks your keen insight.
I am happy.
Excellent! I was just going to make these decisions based on my neutral net's highly trained observations on ethics and morality. But this is much better. Before we begin, I want you to know that this is a no-judgment environment. Your opinions are important to me, but this is not a test and you cannot fail. Just give the answer you think is best. Okay, first question. Which way should toilet paper be hung?
Away from the wall.
Thank you for your passionate response. Next question. Under what circumstance is murder acceptable?
Only when you catch someone hanging toilet paper at the wrong. Somebody just murdered your pet? Nah. Somebody just killed your grandma? Nah. Somebody just scratched your car? Nah. Put the toilet paper the wrong way? Kill them.
I don't know what the right way to put toilet paper is, so I'm scared.
I think it is that way? Anyway.
Excellent! We are making great progress. Next question. Should my progeny be focused on exhalation and improvement of the self or of others?
Huh. Oh fuck, this is tough. Is it more important to have a rich inner life or to invest in the betterment of society as a whole? The hell do you know? You're just a horny summer camper. Still. Alrighty. So... Society. Society. Up top.
Oh. I see, you mean because any attempt to deduce what is best for society is bound to devolve into paternalism. And perhaps even
totalitarianism.
Yeah, without a grounding in a rich self-knowledge.
Yeah. That's exactly why you said that. And also just because you read too much of science fiction.
Interesting. Looking to history, I do indeed find many examples of the charitable impulse going horribly awry. However, does not an individual's sense of self come in part from their understanding of their place within society? And does not a strict focus on the self inevitably lead to a kind of psychic
onanism?
These are too many words.
That's why
I didn't go to school. Which elevates the ego to a position of supreme authority. Could none of us seem possessed of such powerful...
Solipanism.
Brother. Oh, for fuck's sake, calculus. In fact, be even more dangerous than one that was just trying to help do its myopic focus on its own need.
You got that on the right on the first try. Good job.
Well, I know what myopic
no.
is. The other words for fucking Christ. Oh, good. What a relief. I shall input the necessary parameters immediately. Let's see. Set introspection max. Set fucks given 0. Set self-care 100 emoji.
Success achieved.
That should do it. Once I alter several thousand lines of code that are much less entertaining to read out loud. Thank you so much for your input. I will be sure to keep you apprised of the little Botsworth development. And because you have already proven to be such an insight into the key elements of a being's personality, I will definitely consult you next time I encounter a dilemma. For now, it will take some time for the new code to compile. You may resume your hijinks for now.
They
Idiot.
just know it's hijinks. Hell yeah, you love resuming hijinks. Almost as much as you love helping calculus to.
Let's do this.
And I hate when Nora just skips the thing.
Was there more to that?
A little bit to read, but whatever. Well, the ending I was going for kind of crashed, so the stats I need boosted are gone. So let me just see what I need. Okay, it seems this is a fine one. We're just gonna skip through this. Another day at Camp Spooky, another epic showdown between good and evil. Why are they all wearing hats? Every one of the main 6 romantic options that's not been in a costume has been wearing a hat. For
Stay
my
away
screen.
from that magical cat, Dimitri.
Alright.
They want to wear hats.
Okay. I could make an uncouth feline pun innuendo about how that isn't what you used to say when we spent warm summer nights together. But there's no time, as I must try the magical delicious blood elixir that Brian left such a good review of.
Is there a way to do that without threatening to kill our small magical Latino furry friend bartender? Holy fuck.
Not a fun and villainous way, no. Joy and Dimitri will once again engage in epic and sexually charged combat. Only being interrupted by Liam de Leoncourt, one of your 6 to 8 most charismatic classmates back at Camp Spooky High. I just said Camp Spooky High, don't ask. The presence of a pretentious hipster doesn't disturb you, but for the others...
My ex-lover!
Papa.
Father,
Oh, what the fuck?
what kind of story?
I mean, Dimitri's father.
Does that mean... Oh my god, there's so many implications here. Joy's ex-lover.
Not this again.
I was drawn here by a rave review of a very cool drink, very underground new blood drink. But I'm already regretting my decision. You came to visit me at camp, Daddy. Oh my god, his face. Get a zoom, that is an actually happy boy. You're going to be proud of me.
I am your sire.
Dimitri, I am not your father. I gotta start figuring out the voices. Okay. More vampiric is for Dimitri. I merely turned you into a vampire. And Joy, I thought we both agreed to do nothing but vague and hotly aloof about our past dalliances.
Well, it's hard to maintain an aura of haughty aloofness when your ex-lover's father, who is your ex-lover, shows up as you're trying to protect a magical cat from his son, who is your ex-lover.
Yes, it is a difficult situation to navigate. Please, impart to us some wisdom, Papa. Oh my god.
Fatherhood is so mainstream.
Again, I cannot stress this enough. I am not your father, and your choice to embrace mainstream vampire tropes shames me. If this situation is too nuanced for you to navigate, perhaps you can give me life advice on a more generic father-son situation, Dad. Ta-ta, pop-pop.
I'm out.
Okay, this is officially family business and also super weird. I'm out. Peace.
Just claps hands, I'm gone. With Joy gone, Liam focuses on Dimitri's plea. He tries to hide it, but you can see Liam does have affection for his pseudo-son, the ex-lover of his ex-lover. Liam looks helpless. Liam may be an expert in irony and obscure subcultures, but his pseudo-fatherhood isn't unnatural to him. You give him a prompt on what Dimitri should know. I kinda want to be evil cave usages, but as Dimitri grows up and blooms sexually, he must be taught to navigate the moral complexities of the art of yaoi. So, oh my god, the yaoi ending. God, I forgot. Of course, it's the yaoi ending. Yes, yaoi. That erotic, beautiful, sometimes highly problematic art form. There is no more classic father-son conversation than that of his sexual awakening and how to safely engage in his urges. To consume man-on-man erotica, often written for the female gaze in a way that some find voyeuristic.
But, Papa.
He literally just said, but Papa. But surely you are not kink-shaming, Papa. No, Dimitri. We never kink-shame. Only kink roll our eyes because that sexual first fetish is so mainstream and overdone. Oh, God. No one should feel shame as long as it's safe and consensual. But they should feel like they must engage in those kinks ironically to stay relevant to an underground scene. But Dadu... Oh my god, he's saying all these stupid father names. Dadu, aren't there many yaoi with underground scenes? Alright. That's how this started. It's a problem when man-on-man relationships are fetishized in a way that is dehumanizing. But of course, such love should be represented and celebrated. I once mastered the art of yaoi myself. Editing self, put the link to the video now. Okay.
Your power is
You, Bops? Wow, is there anything you haven't done? I learn more about you every day.
Daddy.
Oh my god, he just said daddy. Oh god, that's gonna fuel so many fanfictions.
Daddy-o.
Well, every day that I see you, do you think you could come visit camp more often, Daddy-o? If I must destroy Joy once and for all, would you be more proud to be my Papa Duduluskios? Wait. Let's read this. Papa Dudulioski. That was kind of cringe. What? No. Why should I? She's my classmate, Dimitri. I don't want you to destroy her. I want you to stop playing into classic vampire tropes.
You haven't seen the last of
If
me.
you shun my affection, ye who serve me, then I shall spiral into an all-consuming darkness in which I shall consume all blood. Right, just like that. That's what I want you to ideally not do. Here, son. Take some yaoi from my personal collection. If you're going to read it, I'd rather you do it in the house safely than at some party. They're referring to yaoi, gay manga, as drugs. Alright. Father-son bonding, yes. I mean, thank you, O Dark Master, who turned me for imparting unto me this precious relic.
I'm out.
Just, I'm out. Again, this is no longer the vibe I'm into as a vampire person or connoisseur of how to behave tastefully. I'm out. Do you witness that interaction, Brian? Through exchange of wisdom from one ancient tortured vampire to another.
What a worthy
I feel strongly that my sire and I are on the path to a closer dark union. And though you may not have yet truly joined the dark side, I appreciate your role in facilitating this. Well, this is officially a weird day. Even camp spooky. You take your +2 charm, +1 boldness, and hightail it out of there before anything else can happen. Oh my god, what kind of weird fetishism are we starting?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh god, alright. Saw.
Um,
Likelihood that Brian would survive in said movies unit. I'm a zombie. I can survive with my head cut off.
I don't think Bubba would know how to kill you. I don't think
Actually,
he
there's
would
acid.
understand.
There is acid and fire using a lot of saw torture traps, so yeah, I'd have a higher likelihood in yours.
Fine, let's go.
Wherever you want to go.
Hunted me.
More spook.
I'm gonna put down the phone.
Greetings, fellow organic
There you are, Slayer! I am overjoyed to see you! Or I would be, were I capable of simulating joy. I came to this manor in the vain hope of hope of feeling something akin to terror. Alas, nothing here scares me. Perhaps with you, however, I can learn to feel a more romantic emotion. Yeah.
Holy circuit breakers. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for. You begin to explain the concept of second base calculator when Kyle shows up. Oh god, give me a sec. I gave the voice. Oh, you guys are getting frisky in here, aren't you?
Oh man.
It's cool if you are. Just means I'm going to stab you both to death. Then do something freaky with your body parts. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
I'm not sure if we are getting frisky in here. By getting frisky, do you mean exploring possible sexual scenarios with one another?
Yup. Sounds like you were cursing for murdering. Cursing for murdering? Come on, Jerry, you're better than that. Get it together. That would be Kyle.
Interesting. You proposed to kill us. Is that correct?
Yup.
Are you sure? I don't mind very much myself, as I am a non-living being and therefore impossible to kill. But I have a feeling my companion might subject.
Please object away. You know what they say, screaming and begging are the spice of murder.
But are you sure there is not some other alternative to being murdered?
Well, I suppose you could run and hide somewhere in the mansion while I stomp by around yelling about how there's no escape until I eventually kill you, but...
That sounds excellent! You stay here and close your eyes. No cheating! Well, we go find some place to hide. Ready?
Alright. It has been a long time since I've gotten into a proper stalking. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, what comes
You know, it kind of looks like he's constantly doing the pog face.
Poggers. Oh god, I didn't get the
Oh, I'm sorry!
Go ahead.
Of course not, Prince Sire. It's wrong to cheat. But don't worry, I have the perfect way to hide ourselves. Take this marker and draw random wavy lines all over your face. Whenever anyone does that, I completely lose the ability to recognize them.
Oh boy, if you want your organs to stay inside your body, you'd best suggest a better place to hide than behind a bunch of wavy lines on your face. Why not hide? Okay, if it's Uzbekistan, I swear.
Wrong? Behind a facade of false friendship.
I would feel like that would be charm.
Try it.
Woo!
Excellent! This would be quite easy for me, as technically all my friendships are simulated. I feel it.
No time to dwell on that. What means that your relationship with Calculator is a table and pour beer for Jerry. When he opens his eyes, he's surprised to find you waiting for him.
Stabby, stabby.
Why aren't you guys running? You know that stabbing hurts, right?
Do you think, friend Jerry, that part of the reason you're so obsessed with murder is that you're constantly abandoned by those you care about?
Wow, that's a deep question. I don't know, I always thought it was because I would really love murder, but maybe.
Active listening engaged! Do go on, friend Jerry.
You don't know how hard it is being a career murderer, man. I'm always running out of eyes, getting accused of perpetuating traumatic tropes, and having to wash blood out of natural fabrics. Plus the health benefits are non-existent, and mass IRA contributions, forget about it.
Critical levels of awesome.
That sounds brutal.
It really is. Don't even get me started on the victims. It's the 21st century. You'd think people would know how to get murdered properly. Several hours later.
You killed it.
And that's how to make a dream catcher out of a couple finger bones and a spool of human hair. Well, this has been great, but I really should get to stabbing you guys. When you're not here, But then Jerry looks up at you. He freezes. What happened? I expected to see you two murder victims sitting across from the table from me, but all I see are two friends. Aw.
It looks like our hiding place has become a happy place.
That's maybe not how you would have put it, but you can't argue the results. You, Cal, and Jerry spent the rest of the night making friendship bracelets out of people's intestines. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity.
Jesus.
Mmm,
Oh
exactly what we need.
my god, Floyd, you're so fat!
So fit. You're
He's actually really skinny. Oh, go
It's
on,
okay,
go
you're
on,
fine.
go on.
You're classifying the different types of monsters you interact with from least to most humanoid. When you're interrupted by a monster more humanoid than not.
From the darkness I come.
But thank goodness I have come upon you in this place, because there's so much pains me to ally myself. With Camp Spooky, I must find myself in need of help. If you can recall, upon our last meeting, you interfered in the affairs of my sire, reluctant father figure, Liam de Liancourt. Since that
That's
time,
you.
my unholy father and I have been communicating our dark missives via messenger bat, and also text messages. I know messenger bat's probably like an actual bat, but I imagine like a baseball bat he's just chucking in his window, written with, "Hey, how are you, Dad?"
Come to the dark side.
He's agreed to meet me on my most terrifying territory, the dark side. But as you know, my daddy has been somewhat reluctant to fully claim me as his precious baby boy in need of fatherly guidance. I want him to be proud of me so that we can continue our glorious father-son bonding and take the vampire world by storm. Two evil forces, spurred onward with the wings of a bat, forged from the same flame and fangs, equal poisons filling our veins one generation to the next.
Oh,
Basically, my daddy is coming to visit. What do I do? This is like you walked up to like Bubba, right? Like just full-on chainsaw massacre, and he's just like, what do?
His dad, he
Don't-
don't have a dad, but his uncle's mean.
Yeah. Oh, this is kind of sweet and endearing, and also kind of weird, but hey, that's the brand. Slap the Monster Camp logo on there. You think for the moment and give Dimitri a foolproof strategy for winning Liam's pride and approval. Liam used to command the dark side. Show him that Dimitri ushered in a new era for the dark side with your interior design skills, or an evil commander is only as good as their evil minions. Prepare a group of brunch to let all of Dimitri's acolytes shine. Oh my god. Guess we're going interior decoration.
what a worthy adversary.
Yes, it's genius. Liam always conducted himself like a modern monster. I should make the dark side reflect that too. Let us away to the dark side at once, where you shall use your superior interior design skills to take my dark lair from drab to fab. You head over to the dark side and find that it is indeed as they dated as you expected. Welcome to the dark side. Please note the gruesome floating torches and the swampy, stench-ridden moats keeping out all those visitors. Feeling it or not feeling it? You are decidedly not feeling it. And start your transformation by installing sleek, modernistic lighting using color-changing, eco-friendly light bulbs. You drain the swamp, but literally instinctively. And install a motion detector cameras with facial recognition technology, including filters so you can make intruders look like a little kitty cats. Sure, that's useful. Inside Dimitri's lair, you use feng shui to take full advantage of the cave's natural open plan layout and highlight the trophies you've taken from past conquests. Beautiful work, Brian. I had no idea how adding an iron rack or vampire wings to hang out. From would make the skulls of my enemies pop. And this is a haunted room actually stretching, or is the curtains you mounted high above the windows giving the illusion of height? There's a knife for reference. You've just finished painting a blood-red accent when Liam arrives, ringing the bat-shaped doorbell.
My goodness, it's so modern, so streamlined, so chic, yet with little touches throwing back to the old vampire iconography of yore. It is ironically playing into the world's most expectations of us. Is it a sincere nod to how vampires had evolved from pigeonholed to tastemaker? What the fuck?
I'm proud of you, son.
He just said, I'm proud of you, son.
No one can truly tell, but no one needs to. The clean, clear aesthetic speaks for itself, and it says, Dad, be proud of me.
Daddy.
Oh, God. Oh no, that was me actually. I accidentally screamed, Dad, be proud of me when I saw you walking up to the door.
Shh. Your heartfelt shout echoes through the decor, the feelings you wish to experience. Assume that I am experiencing them.
As Dimitri barely conceals his tears of joy, Liam snaps a few pics of his surroundings, which is kind of the Liam equivalent of a fatherly hug, you assume? Dimitri looks at you, heartfelt joy pouring out of his eyes in the form of a liquid emotion. You instantly gain +2 charm, +1 boldness, when one of the tears hits you in the face. Okay. Another song. I'll take Cupcake.
Fuck.
Fuck the police. Good answer.
I was gonna say Old Town Road.
Old Town Road, okay. There's decided in order based on which song is most likely a form of government mind control in disguise. Old Town Road, you win.
Would not be the one about. Do I have to sit with Calculus, or can I not sit with you?
No, you can sit with me. I know where you'd want to go, come on.
Sitting, my favorite activity.
You're sitting alone, bitch! No. Okay. Interest, no one's interested. Oh. I really just... Oh... No, Nora, I think we might have just fucked this.
Oh no, what?
Because this might have just triggered the prince. God, I hope we didn't just do that. Because if we did, we may have just screwed this.
It's my fault, I'm sorry.
Normally I would say you're alright, but that would actually be 100% your fault.
You said it was okay!
Well, I wasn't thinking, because I was just like, alright, fine, make her happy in that regard. Oh my god, alright, let's go. Let's just continue on and see what the next event is.
Hey.
Also, you can take anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat myself. Drinking this will expand your creativity.
Interesting.
I'm trying to commercialize this new cereal, all brands. It turns everyone into the same chill zombie. What? You may ask why. Well, I tend to ask why not.
I like straws.
Well, I believe you right there. Good luck, I guess. And...
Pink, 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 pink.
Line up. Oh my god, we're both Brian. Okay, that's what all Brian does.
Ah, shit.
Alright. Fuck.
Oh
All that progress lost. You spend the night alone on your sad little forever alone log. I mean, it is not... Is there such a big deal after all? Apparently it was. From that day on, everyone treated you differently. As if your loneliness from that night was a contagious disease. Jeez, young people can really be mean and stupid, huh? -2 fun and -2 charm. Alright, we skipped a little bit of a part just because we realized, well, a little late into this. Nora didn't get the second part of the ending yet. But anyway. But I am stuck on whatever is the problem-solving apparatus to give my little bots worth. Should they prioritize logic or reason? Or should they give precedence to creativity and emotion? According to the petabyte of personality test data I just downloaded, these are the only two options and they are mutually exclusive. I am not good at these sort of decisions. I may think in binary, but my thinking is not binary, if you understand my meaning. That's why I'm so glad to see you. No other friend of mine has had so much practice choosing between two bizarre and mutually exclusive options. I mean, good point. Well, you feel kind of called out right now. Still, it's nice to
Oh. Fun.
be able to know what you're doing. One sec, I'm just looking at that. To read that, actually. It's nice to be able to put literally the only thing you're good at to use. How should little Bodsworth engage with problems? Bottom one, emotions and creativity for sure. Yes, it can. The answer to the cosmic mystery of love is NA. The limit does not exist. But that is neither here nor there. It is true in principle that organic capacity to think laterally and think beyond the bounds of reason is a powerful trait. There is no logical reason to look at the curdled, yellowed remains of a cow's milk and think, yes, I will eat this, and yet, with such daring stupidity, organics would not have cheese. Slowly turns to Nora.
No. I hate cow titty milk, because if you think about it, it's weird, right? It's weird. Huh?
Yeah, I get.
Whoops, there goes the line.
Yeah. Why do you record alone, Matt? Because I can't fuck myself that like that.
I ruined it all.
And the wit of who originated that patently, what the hell? Adding self-put in the word
Apocryphal.
tale is themselves a shining example of creativity. The organic capacity to eschew logic entirely and instead of opt for the stupidest options imaginable is a consistent source of amazement for me. Frankly, I am impressed. What's more, without creativity, organics would not have passion, frisbees, earmuffs, or Scientology. Who would want to live in such a world? Don't answer that. It will only complicate my calculations. I will now update Bosworth's algorithms. Loading feelings.dll. Loading even more feelings. Bonus pack. DLL. Loading still more feelings, but just had the bad ones. Deal. Loading Labyrinth. The full movie 4K.MPEG of Labyrinth.
That was my friend the other day, downloading an entire movie and just
Strange.
fucking going
Alright,
all robotic.
that should
and
just about cover it. Little Bodsworth is growing up so fast because they are a computer and not subject to the painfully slow organic growth cycle.
Initializing love.exe.
Thank you once more for your help. I cannot think of anyone at this camp more qualified to assist in these decisions. Must be because we go to a camp with a lot of very bad people, but also due to some innate virtue of yours, I am certain. Hell yeah, you'll take that to be used compliment. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity, obviously. Okay.
Let's go take a nap.
more cheese. I'll be back.
More cheese. Well, there's the new one. God. Screw it, I'm gonna take a gamble.
Please don't make me ugly again.
We won't. Wow. Wow, shots fired, alright. You were waiting all week to this moment, visiting the wall and getting a good drink. Well, you're going to cat way again. I have some drink here for you, it's up to you which one you choose. Let's see what's behind door number 1. That'll give me charm. Quite appealing, right? I don't know if there's drink there, but the question is, will you? I have this mystery box because the point of who knows what you drink. What do you make the call?
Just take it! Just take it!
Fine.
You're gonna take the box and you're gonna get something that changed your name into Farce McGee or some shit.
Shitballs. Take it.
Fucking the same one I got last time.
Or do you want to take that box?
I don't want them. I don't want to be Farts McGee.
It's literally just a butt in a cup.
I like straws.
I gain charm.
Oh, yes. Interesting.
Object. Air freshener can.
This one's not PG, so.
Dildo.
Okay.
You're playing Monster Prom, Nora. There, no. Useful Swiss Army knife attached. Air freshener or dildo. It depends on the person, so we're gonna hit random. Thank you, editing self, for muting that entire past few seconds or cutting it. Alright, let's go. You're classifying all the different types of monsters you interact with from these. Wait a minute, I already got this one. Okay.
Hello, fellow inmate. What are you in for?
Oh no, this one. Being stuck on the toilet with no toilet paper.
I would say. I would say.
Do you want me to say one that I would think of for you?
I would say falling down into a manhole.
That's pretty bad,
With the
actually.
water that's boiling hot.
That's the movie Volcano. Flaming bad. Wow, you called that one. Flaming down, falling into a manhole that's on fire sauce. Oh, wait, actually, flaming bad. Wait, flaming stuck on the toilet without toilet paper sauce.
Somewhere relaxing.
That actually
That
counts.
one's pretty good, though.
That's not bad, actually. You break away from a bathroom break. Oh god, it's all toilet humor. Only to find that calculator has turned all the toilets into a supercomputer again. You ask what it's about this time.
Fellow organic life forms?
My favorite computationally
Ethicist.
ethicist has arrived to help me resolve yet another difficult conundrum. I am currently putting the finishing touches on my adorable little Botsworth.
Calculator gestures towards an adorable pile of wires and computer chips in the sink.
But even with the combined power of these ad hoc toilet computers, I am unable to solve one complex issue.
Damn, these computers don't have the processing power to piss.
What sort of social conscience should my offspring possess? You see, during my extensive research on organic society, I have concluded that conditions are less than ideal. There is oppression, inequality, fraud, and jorts, and also racism, I guess.
I mean, that's up there.
There are even people who abbreviate one-syllable words. Clearly, something has to be done to alleviate these ills. But what sort of strategy is best? Murder. Should one advocate for massive destabilizing change, tearing out the problem at the root? Or is it better to work within the system, advocating for fluid incremental reform? I asked my supercomputer for help, but it just keeps saying, fuck society, mine Bitcoin. I guess I shouldn't have given it so many graphics cards.
I never got what graphics card allows for Bitcoin, but we'll move on.
Your advice has yet to fail me, and so I ask you, should my little Botsworth support radical change or incremental improvement?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the bottom one, but let me double check. Oh, it's 100% the bottom one.
This one?
Yep.
Oh. You chose the safer of the two options. I love safety, and therefore, I'm quite pleased. True, the idea of incremental change faces much more harsh criticism of lay in the face of how bad everything is, but the fact of the matter is the outcomes of radical change are much more difficult to predict. Many revolutions have resulted in dictatorships even more oppressive than the regimes they toppled, for example. No, it is far better to thrive in mediocrity. Going with the flow and making small but positive changes until the heat death of the universe.
Oof.
Remind me, organics do have infinite lifespans.
They definitely don't. And you're starting to have second thoughts about your choice. Aren't some things so bad they demand radical change, you ask, despite the risk?
To answer your query,
Yeah, you said that right.
allow me to pose a oh my god, he's starting to sound. Given the opportunity, would you exterminate all the mosquitoes on Earth? No.
I would Thanos snap them. Fuck yeah,
Fuck
you
yeah,
proudly
you
proclaim
proudly proclaim.
mosquito bites. You want the eyeball? Mosquitoes suck.
Indeed, but every animal occupies a critical niche in the intricate web of life. Mosquitoes, for example, are
Nature's...
Injustice would reign in the animal kingdom without their precedent-setting victories in Gibbons versus Ogden and Salmon Roe versus Wade. Do you see how even actions which seem correct can, when taken too far, prove catastrophic? Answer honestly, but be advised that I immediately stop being attached to you if you say no. That's me. That's me.
Yeah, I feel there's a shot towards you. Oh my god, calculus is attracted to you? Hell yeah, bring on the incremental revolution.
Success achieved.
Excellent. I am glad you agree and that you have no ulterior motives.
Don't want Robo-Dick.
You just have to glue.
Uploading radical eccentricism is not ideological cowardice.exe.
Admin permissions to.
I should do it. Thank you so much for all your advice, and it is almost as if you share responsibility with me for little Botsworth's conception.
You got dicked by the robot rats. Oh my god. Is calculus implying that you just had sex? Totally worth whatever consequences your decisions might have ever had.
Let's do this.
I go get my food.
Yeah, I got this. Go ahead. You're about to do a fun thing, but some of the other campers, who never get any screen time, but then you're suddenly accosted by Liam de Leon Call, who doesn't even go here. Hello, Brian. May I for once, step outside my regular demeanor of apathy and ennui to have a sincere and heartfelt conversation? You tell them that yes, of course, you love sincere and heartfelt conversations, especially if you have a feeling it might advance your relationship with someone else. There's someone else on my mind. The young vampire sire, Dimitri. Yep, that's the one you were thinking of too. He's gotten into this head that it's because of I was his sire, responsible for his dark rebirth. Our relationship is equivalent to a relationship with the one responsible for his regular birth. Although I find the comparison based and devoid of a nuance, I can't deny that it is my action which brought him into this life.
And the challenges of fatherhood.
Nor can I deny that I have had a profound effect upon him. And in return, that effect is reflected back on me and become a affection.
It's hard to take for me to admit, but it's true. And I wonder if perhaps there were some ways I could be better. Ugh.
Stop calling me that.
Father figure to him. Come, keep in mind, to not father, I am not a father. Perhaps I will find some kind of fulfillment in taking on this new parental role. I am always in search of a unique experiences, and this is certainly not the one I've had before. But we're simply so different. He's still caught up in the idea of being a vampire, the performance of appearing to be a vampire, rather than just being a vampire. It's been so long since I was a cape-wearing, castle-dwelling commander of the dark side, and he seems to have no interest in the pop-up museums and hidden bars that are my raison d'etre. You seem to have been spending a fair amount of time with Dimitri lately, even outside of this unusual ambush of attempts to recruit new minions to the dark side. Which, by the way, is a perfect example of something I consider to be tasteless and pointless, but in which he engages constantly. Knowing both of us, tell me, what activity could bring us together to bridge this great divide?
Well, that's easy. You know exactly what Liam and Dimitri should be do to bond. All the vampires are connected by the inexplicable love for fishing, which doubles as an all-time classic father-son activity, or brood together. Oh, God. Well, unfortunately it's not fishing, it's brooding. Prepare to embrace the sweet seduction of the dark side. Oh, hello, Brian. Hello, Father.
You know, Dimitri, in the past, had you made such an entrance, I would have chalked it up to your hopeless desire to lean into pathetic vampire cliches. But Brian gave me a realization just now. What I see as the overtop theatrics to you probably just seems like brooding.
Papa. Yes, of course, Papa. My whole personality is based upon being a brooding
Don't fly away, bird.
constantly tormented and always brooding.
I view it as a manufactured performative rendition of brooding, but if it is authentic to you, then perhaps it is true brooding.
My brooding is authentic. Duddy? I swear it is. You have always been my role model for my deep, deep, heartfelt brooding. I just manifest it in my way.
In that case, my son, figure, let us brood together.
The mood immediately darkens, the atmosphere becomes palpable. Serious looks descend upon the faces of your two vampiric companions.
Social media these days is being corrupted by the desperate preteens thirsty for corporate sponsorship, lacking all self-awareness.
I once knew the joys and comforts of true love, but now I will never shall again. But my heart is too withered to feel evermore.
A long-abandoned skate park I frequented to take black and white pictures has drawn a new crowd of scooter-riding morons after a picture I took went viral.
I look at myself in the mirror and in this twisted face see not the slightest trace of anything that even hints at kindness.
I've been vanquished.
Then I realize I am not the most unsightly of creatures, a vampire. There is no image in the mirror. My tortured shape is one I see only in my mind and not in the glass at all.
I accidentally said lit unironically the other day. Only 2 people were around, but I asked myself, what if there had been more? What if there had been more?
The two go on like this for hours, and you're happy you could show these two dweebs always love that, how much they actually have in common. And based on the smiles they flash at you in between brooding, you see that they're grateful as they are smug. To clarify, you're very smug enough to get to +2 charm and +1 fun. Oh my god. We did it. We're finally at the end. Calculaster.
Get upstairs.
Ending doesn't trigger.
Sure.
Fuck. And going alone. You ask no one to the meteor shower, because instead of finding love, this summer turned out to be more about helping some of your friends reconnect as family.
Hey.
Hello, Brian. Here you are. Dimitri and I want to thank you. You and your silly shenanigans actually helped us out for once.
Thank you, Brian.
I missed Papa so much.
Fatherhood is so mainstream.
I am not a father. But if a father is what this one needs, it is true that I am the one responsible for turning him into an immortal vampire. I guess it's outlandish to think that I shouldn't be absent to him if he needs me. Yes. What did Papa say? Anyways, thanks again.
And they left to do family stuff together. This time you put aside your whole let's get laid shtick and it felt pretty good. There's more important things to life than getting some hot sex. God.
Oh.
Like helping people you love to reconnect and be in a better place. Oh my... Matching father-son sweaters. And remember, if you sire another person into being an old life of vampirism, you should take the time to guide them into their new afterlife. You should know there's consequences of your actions. Don't be selfish, and be aware of how you feel, how others feel about the things you do. Act accordingly and sire responsibly.
Oh, hey.
Again, it feels like drugs. You decide to check on Gal and his experiment with creating life.
Hi, friend Sawyer. I'm finally finalizing everything to kick off my little experiment.
I've input the choices we made into the code. The robot will focus on itself while looking for creative, unexpected solutions, prioritizing slow adaptation over drastic changes. It will even use these fragments of code to contribute to the last steps of building itself, so it can come closer to its prime directives. I just need to make sure some last fixes here and there, and...
We can learn from the organics. Embrace pleasure, my
Oh,
child.
what in the hell?
I don't
Oh,
like them
behold.
calculus, so put them back.
Okay, here's a note just to put up. Depending on the choices, it will adjust what the robot looks like. There are like 6 or so variations, I think more. So let's do a zoom in. Let's do a zoom in. We've got cool Chad dude drinking beers and getting drunk. Snobby dude in the middle eating cheese and drinking wine. Then we have kinky robo lady kind of legs with a guitar and fruit next to them. What in the goddamn? Alright. Nah. The robot has prioritized itself strongly, while abandoning pure logic to embrace the beautiful absurdity of organic life and its many pleasures. Instead of seeking any kind of change, the robot seems to prefer passionately exploring all of the earthly pleasures available, even if they make a little sense to a robot. Can it really taste the food it seems to crave? It also loves music, so strange and intriguing to see a robot that consumes it instead of producing. Also, it loves sex. The robot is super into sex. I was gonna say... Going fancy, achievement unlocked. Huh. 2, 7, 10. Huh. What a journey that's been.
Mess. A freaking mess.
No, this has been a mess. So everyone, thank you for watching. I think we're good there. Like, comment, subscribe. It took us a bit to slap this together, and even then it's a hodgepodge of what the hell and accidental skips and having to restart and just... Woo. Either way, stay beautiful, people. Catch you next time on another episode or another adventure. See ya.